Okay. Tired as hell. Come on. Uh, First of all, like my mother always say, thank God for Jesus. It is a wake the F up Mondays. It is Monday, April the 15th, 2024, 7 minutes after the hour. Guys, welcome to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show, Future Wake Up Team. With the Queen, SennyJ. Only place on earth where you get your morning started, right? The chat room is wide open. Come on in and enjoy us for an action-packed show this morning. Or you can call in. The number's 570-982-6950. Broadcasting on all social media platforms, and we truly appreciate you. Now, if you don't mind, please like, share, follow, and subscribe to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team on all social media platforms. We hope you and all your family out there doing well this morning. And God bless all you guys and be safe out here on this Monday. Hopefully, you have a productive day. This is where you get your morning love, but most importantly, the only place on this earth, in this universe, where you get your morning started right. To the Queen, SennyJ, God bless you. Good morning. Good to see you. Looking well. And how are you, young lady?
Good morning, Sean. I'm doing great. Good morning to everybody listening. We have an amazing show for you today. We're going to get started with Senny Says, where I will let you know what is going on in Hollywood and entertainment news. We're also going to have Front Page News with Senny J, where I will let you know what is going on locally, nationally, and globally. So you want to make sure you stick around for that.
Yeah, and we want you to stick around for that. And we truly appreciate all you guys. And again, I don't mean to repeat myself, but please like, share, follow, and subscribe to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show feature Wake Up Team. And shout out already the first thing this morning to our beloved DJ Young and Gregory Hill, Brooklyn's finest. We truly appreciate you. Now, Cindy, before we get into the show and wake the F up Mondays, and we truly appreciate you, we're gonna start with a story really quick. Cindy and I call it a fluff story, and that's what Cindy would call it. And then we'll get into what happened over the weekend. So please, thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and God bless. Sharon Barnes later on in the show with her segment "Word is Bond." Cindy, what is the first story that's going on out here in these streets? And welcome to the show, guys. And put the hearts in the chat room if y'all don't mind. What's going on, Cindy?
Yes, you guys. Good morning. Make sure you do share the show too when you're coming in the room. We really appreciate that. The first story that I have is actually it's kind of a sad one, but it actually brings up something that I didn't know that cruise ships had to have in place. Um, the Coast Guard is calling off of a search for an American. This happened last week. He was 20 years old and he jumped off the Royal Caribbean ship Liberty of the Seas during what seemed to be a drunken argument with his dad as it sailed off the coast of the Bahamas. All hope has been abandoned in the search for a 20-year-old passenger who threw himself from a Royal Caribbean cruise ship in front of his horrified family after an argument happened on Thursday of last week. The U.S. Coast Guard was scrambling after the young man jumped from the 11th deck of the Liberty of the Seas just before 4 a.m. But its search for the unnamed man has been called off. The ship was hours away from docking at Fort Lauderdale in Florida after a 4 day Caribbean cruise when the man was confronted by his father as he emerged from a hot tub. And I think he was with his younger brother, it says. He was also with another group of people, and a fellow passenger by the name of Brian said, as we were walking from the hot tub back to the elevators, his dad and brother were walking toward us. His dad was fussing at him for being drunk, I guess, because they were like up really late at night. And he said, when we got to them, he said to his dad, I'll just fix this. And he jumped out the window in front of everybody. The boat had docked in the Dominican Republic the previous day and was about 57 miles off the coast of the Bahamas. The crew was alerted immediately, and the ship was slammed into a halt, and crew members immediately began looking for the missing passenger. but most of the 4,000 passengers on board only became aware of the tragedy when the captain broke the news the following morning. They said it's hard for ships to stop right when somebody jumps over the side because they need, I guess, at least a mile to stop. So they had to literally like turn around and then try to go back to the area where he was missing. It was also said that Royal Caribbean and other boats are supposed to have this radar technology that when somebody goes off the ship, they can actually track it. They can actually track the person and keep it on them until they find them. It's like sonar technology, something like that. And these ships get away with not having it, but it was put into law here in the United States. But they say sometimes the ships they get built in different places and then there's a loophole to go around having this technology. So they're not going to be able to find him, though, unfortunately. And the Coast
Oh,
Guard's not looking anymore.
um, only place on earth where you get your morning started, right? Shawn Harvey Morning Show, featuring wake up team with the Queen, SennyJ. Good morning. Uh, Kareem Williams, God bless you. Cindy Kareem Williams came to the showed up at the comedy show Saturday night. We had a light crowd, but we had fun. And I truly appreciate you, young man, for coming out and supporting the movement. And thank you so much. You're a real dude. Shout out to you for giving us the name Toxic Talk Thursday. So we appreciate you, brother.
Mm.
Can you say hello to Kareem Williams real quick, if you don't mind?
Good morning, Kareem.
God bless you. Uh, God bless both of you. Listen, first of all, the young man is 20 years old, okay? Uh, and it's hard to regulate the drinks when a 20-year-old is running around in a ship. Whether I don't know if he was at legal age to have the drink package at 20 years old, because
No,
due to
he
the fact
wasn't.
that some of you don't know what these some of these ships are regulated by different countries. I don't know. Maybe another country might could drink at 18. I don't know. Well, he's 20 years old and he's drunk as hell. And his father's being a pain in the ass. And you do have some family members that when you go away on trips, like family trips, there's always the one uncle, the father, the aunt, the mother, the cousin. That's always a pain in the ass anyway. Whether you're on vacation with them or not, because you know when we all gather around and we all go on trips, everybody talks amongst themselves. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like Mary, she's gonna be an asshole the whole trip. We know this. And dad was probably one of those type of dudes. Like dad, he's on a cruise. He's 20 years old. He shouldn't be drinking. I understand that. But don't be such a pain in the ass to the young man who was probably a Babylonian, where it provokes him. What's up, Chris? My man, Mr. C in the building. God bless you. Renetta George, good morning. To provoke this young man to leap off the cruise line, off this big ass massive ship that got 4,000 people in there. This thing might weigh 6,600 tons. It's going at 20, 25 knots, which is about 20 miles per hour. It can't turn around and stop. And why should it stop anyway? And the young man, unfortunately, is so drunk. What did he say? I'll show you or I'll make it. What did he say? What was his quote?
He said, I'll fix this right now.
Yeah, you fix it right now. And he sure did. He sure did. He did fix it. His punk ass leaped off the ship in front of his whole family.
Well, it was in front of his dad and his brother and some other
But
passengers.
that's enough family, okay? And everybody was like I'm for sure that it was a horrific situation. But sir, you're in the Caribbean. You're in the Atlantic Ocean. Okay, you're shark food now. And why are we calling the Coast Guard out? And who's paying for this? And who's paying for this? They should write the father a check because unfortunately, I'm sorry to say this, Dad, you was the one to provoke your child, whether he was suicidal or whether he was in a drunken stupor or whatever. Dad, you caused this problem. And the son, he was so drunk, he said, I'm gonna get dad back. I'm gonna kill myself in front of him so he can remember me for the rest of my life. Because usually that's what people do. They commit suicide in front of people so they could torture the person for the rest of their lives. That's one of the motives of people killing themselves in front of other people. But unfortunately, to the dead folks, you're not going to hear this. People don't care after a little bit. They just go on with their lives, and it becomes a story.
I'm weak.
Maybe there might be a small fraction of folks that when people kill themselves in front of the family member, that they can't get over it for the rest of their life. But trust me, 99% of people get over that. So basically, you're killing yourself for nothing. My question is, what did you have to drink, young man, that make you jump off the ship? Was it top shelf, lower body shelf? Was it beer? What was it?
I don't know.
Is it,
And
well, is it a leap of faith? I don't know. The ship is running on the schedule. We know this. Most of us have been on cruise lines or even at the airport. It doesn't matter when you got time sensitive transportation situation, everything got to keep on clockwork. They have a hospital on the cruise. And Cindy, on these cruise ships, and Cindy's been on a few. Oh, I think Cindy been on Cindy, your first cruise was last year, right?
yeah, I went on a cruise last year.
But don't you know, in the cruise, they have the hospital. They have a big ass hospital in the cruise. They have a jail. They have everything on the cruise. Everything on the ship is right there. And if this man was sick, and twisted, Dad should have had a little more compassion and a little more open mindedness and say, listen, I'm not gonna be a pain in the ass to him today. He's drunk. Let him sober up, and I'll bust his ass the next day and talk to him. But Dad, you was caught up in being an asshole, and your son reacted because of his alcoholism and everything else he was going through, and he leaped off the ship from 11 stories. When he hit the ground, when he hit the ocean, he was done.
How is he being an ass by telling him he shouldn't be drinking? I mean, he doesn't seem like. I mean, what are you gonna tell him? What would be better time to be like, you shouldn't be
If
drinking, and
I
maybe he
was,
thought he wasn't that drunk. I mean,
no,
I
no,
don't.
yes, he did. He's a Babylonian, and Babylonians react different to alcohol than black folks. The whole
He was
thing is this,
actually mixed. He was mixed.
but he had Babylonian in him, right?
Black dad, Babylonian mom. American
Good.
feel good story.
So, right. Been
An
around that
American,
block,
a true American love story.
no doubt. I've been around that block a few times. Uh, but Dad, you could have handled this in another way. Okay, you could have just, son, calm down, take a
No,
nap, go to
no.
sleep, relax. Okay, I
It's not
get
the
it.
dad's fault.
And
Maybe.
it is the dad. The dad do have some responsibility in this. And
No.
and and dad, you should feel the way you feel right now because you're probably an asshole to everybody. But your
Royal
son,
Royal Caribbean should be sued. Why don't they have things? Why don't these cruise ships? They said that according to statistics, more than 400 passengers are known to have fallen overboard from cruise liners in the past 30 years. That seems like a lot. 400
no.
people. Why don't cruise ships have more things in place so that these kind of things don't happen?
So what
It's
I hear
my
here,
question.
okay, first of all, one, and I
And
say
only
this with
28% of those who fell overboard between 2009 and 2019 have come out alive.
okay. I wanted to say this, and I say this respectfully, and thanks for sharing, saying 400 people in the last 30 years in a generation when cruise ships usually have 2,000 to 4,000 people per ship. That's not even 1%.
That sounds
So those,
like
so those 400, you got to take that L. My only suggestion for cruise ships is to, like at hockey games and baseball games, they put the net, the protected net on the field so the puck don't go into the crowd or the baseball don't a batter doesn't hit a foul ball and it ricochets into the crowd and busts somebody in the head. Maybe the cruise ships should put like bungee nets or something so when you jump they can catch it. But there are some people that are suicidal like that. Unfortunately, some people just book the cruise, get on the ship, and they go on day 3. I'm out of here. There's nothing you can prevent that.
It's
There's nothing you can do about it. There are some people that will book a trip and say, I'm done. And what better way to become shark meat? Because that's what's gonna happen.
oh my gosh. Yeah, well, I feel bad, but I don't think you should blame the dad.
Yeah, I blame the
He was
dad, I
he
blame
was
the
just
son, I blame the family for this dude jumping off the ship. And the ship shouldn't stop. All this sonar costs billions of dollars. No, we got entertainment. You've been on a cruise ship. They can't stop all the entertainment. They got what happened? She just said it took an hour for the ship to even slow down.
yeah, they need
It took an
time
hour.
just
It took
to
imagine a vessel so large, pause, that when you put the brakes on it, it takes an hour for it to stop.
I don't know if it's exactly. Yeah, well, no,
By
they
that
said they need at
time,
least a
by
mile
that
to stop.
by that time, the sharks done ripped this idiot apart. Nice little white meat. I don't sympathize with people that jump off of cruises. You're slowing me down, sir. And we got connecting flights. And the ship did the right thing by announcing it a day later, because by that time nobody cared.
Yeah, they announced it at breakfast the next morning. Oh, and fun fact, the U.S. Coast Guard fleet that arrived, it just said its name was Seneca. I'm sorry, we couldn't do what needed to be done.
Right. And do you know if it was named Seneca, they wasn't finding your ass.
Ah,
If Seneca's coming to the rescue, you know it's not going to work out.
that that is really horrible, Sean. I didn't know that's where you were gonna go with it. I would
Right.
have kept that information to myself.
Okay, guys, listen, welcome to the show. We truly appreciate you. Please like, share, follow, subscribe to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team. Now, I want to say this real quick, Cindy, before we move on. I want to thank everybody for coming out to Game Time Bar and Grill for Saturday night for the comedy show. Kathy Garrison was in the building. My man, Jacob Holmes. Maria Nunez was in the building. Also, our beloved Valerie was in the building. My homegirl Renee, and Irene and her husband was there, and we truly appreciate all everybody else that showed up. And thank you, and we truly appreciate it. We had a great time Saturday night, and then yesterday, Sunday morning, SennyJ, we did the MS charity bowling event. Myself and LaShawn Oliver partnered up. You know, we do it once or twice a year. And yesterday, I'll post the pictures up later today. Was a total success. We have so many folks came out. My man Eric from the Game Time restaurant showed up. The folks from the Iron Mule was there. Some of the local folks were in the building, and we had such a great time. So thank you so much for everyone for coming out. Then Cindy J, I was tired as hell. This is yesterday. I get home. I was trying to take a nap and change my clothes to go out to Harrisburg, right? I didn't get a chance to do that. And then next thing you know, I drove almost 90 minutes to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I get out there last night. It's a rainstorm. The place was packed, and we had a great time out there. Thank you, Harrisburg. And Cindy, I didn't get home till like 1:30 this morning, and I was done. So thank God for Jesus. Now, in recapping this weekend, I just want to say this, guys. For the first time in a few months, and Cindy, you need to find out what the timeline is if you don't mind. But last night, and I'll post a video as well, Cindy J, myself, and Miss Miko was in the same place at the same time. And it was the first time I've seen Cindy J in months. And Cindy, I want to say that you looked absolutely beautiful yesterday. You looked healthy. You looked thin as hell. Your skin looked good. And everybody, Cindy, as predicted, had a big glass of wine or beer or whatever in her hand. And she was enjoying herself. And it was good to see Miss Miko, who I joked with her yesterday. She had on her Ricky Bell new edition starter jacket on with her Jennifer Lopez cargo pants. We had such a good time yesterday. So, Cindy, let me ask you, when the last time the three of us went were together at the same time? I can't remember.
When we went to Kathy Garrison's show, what was that, like
Okay,
a month ago?
Oh, right. That's right. That's right. So, guys, I'm gonna place a video up later on today or after the show on the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Waco Team page. And it was good to see these young ladies. It was good to see you, Cindy. And Cindy come walking up to me, John, what's going on? I'm going to Harrisburg. I'm going with you. I said, no, you're not. And
Yeah, I was
then,
trying to go to the show last night, and Sean said no
and then,
repeatedly.
yeah,
He said
because I'm
no.
working. I ain't got no time for all that.
What
And
does that
then,
mean? What does that mean? I'm working. You're telling jokes. It's nothing to take a ride and for me to sit down and watch a show. Like, I don't
now,
understand what was the big problem.
now
I
Cindy's done
felt
that.
very slighted by you yesterday. I mean, I'm going to keep it to myself because I'll talk to you about it after the show, but very unlike you, Sean. And my feelings were hurt. But
And listen to this, guys. Well, I'm I'm being receptive to all the folks that are at the event yesterday, and shout out once again to LaShawn Brown Oliver, who did a tremendous job as well. Thank you, sis. We also raffled off a 55-inch television, and everybody had a good time. And the dude who won the raffle, when he purchased the raffle, Cindy, he said, "I'm going to win this TV," like everybody else would say, and he won the
yeah,
television. Now,
I know he was
what
telling me.
was interesting about yesterday, while I'm talking to folks, I'm walking around, we selling, raffles. I'm talking to folks. I'm thanking people for coming out. Some, a few young ladies are talking to me, and every time a young lady would talk to me about the event, I glance over towards Cindy. Cindy's staring at me doing this.
You're so silly.
I'm like, yo, what's going on? She's like, Sean, I'm watching you. I want to give a round of applause for Cindy J. She would be the ultimate cock blocker of all time. And I'm just sitting there talking to people, and Cindy's like, I'm watching you, bro. I'm like, all right, you can watch all you want to, young lady. You
You
okay?
just
And then she would turn around to Tamiko, I'm watching Sean. Yo, so Cindy, let me ask you a
it was
question.
just the point. It was just how you caught me looking at you at that
Cindy,
time.
why do women, and we're gonna stick it, and welcome to the show, any place on earth where you get your morning started. Cindy, why do women do that to when they see men, when they see their homegirls in that's in a relationship, and they see the man at any kind of location or whatever, or they all could be in the same place. Why do the girlfriends or the sisters or whatever are staring at the guy to watch what he's doing? Why do women do that? What's up with that cock blocking? What's going on?
Oh, well, nobody's cock blocking because you're obviously talking to somebody.
Yeah, but you was in cock block mode.
It, it's just, I mean, because I was trying to figure out why I couldn't go to Harrisburg.
What
So
I
I
had to,
was just yeah, that's what I said. I was like, it's not like Sean to be like, oh no, Sonny, you can't go. So I thought you was moving funny. So I just happened to be watching you because I was like, oh, because he's taking somebody else to Harrisburg. He trying to meet somebody over at Harrisburg. So that's why I was looking at you. But second of all, and Tanya, I got your back.
yeah,
But
no doubt.
also,
Do you?
no, but we be doing that because I mean, first of all, when you're out, you're gonna people watch anyway. So why not people watch the person that's supposed to be with your girl? Like, I'm not gonna see my friend's man out and about at night at a function and not watch him.
Are you serious, Cindy?
I mean, is that cock blocking if I'm just
Yeah.
watching? I'm just seeing how
Yes.
you move, bro. Seeing what you there for, because I'm trying to figure out why my homegirl's at home and you outside. And don't
But
let you
Cin-
be by yourself, because now you
but
just
Cindy,
out by yourself. Where your boys at?
yeah, but Cindy, your blocking skills are, I would have to
And
say,
I might make myself known depending on how you're moving. I already seen you got a couple of numbers. I'm gonna be like, oh hey, how you doing? What's going on? Where's my homegirl at? Just to let you know I see you.
Cindy, why don't, or you could just simply have option two, just mind your business. How about that?
That's no fun. You know me. I love I love a good drama. I'm never gonna mind my business. I'm never gonna mind my business.
Uh,
I'm
uh,
not gonna I might not get involved, but I know what I saw. I seen what I seen. Period.
Cindy, I think that maybe in certain situations you just need to fall back, stay in your lane, mind your business.
I'm gonna tell it on the mountain. I'm gonna tell it on the mountain. Okay. Don't be playing around me. You better wait till I leave. Better
Ladies,
wait till
how's
I
your
leave.
ladies, how's your blocking skills out there in these streets? Cause Cindy got it down pat. And every time I glanced over at her and Tamiko, Cindy looking at me like this. I'm like, what are
Sean,
you
stop.
like, what are you doing? Hey,
Get out of here, Sean.
all right, welcome to the show, any place on earth where you get your morning start, right? Sean Harvey Morning Show, featuring Wake Up Team with the Queen, SennyJ. We appreciate you. Cindy, what's the next story before we move on?
Yes, Sean, this is actually seeming pretty interesting. And me and you were actually talking about this a little bit last week. Oh no, actually I'll do this other one really quick. This is regarding Disney, and actually I was trying to save this for Prentice Cox, but I don't think he's here this morning cuz I really wanted to get his opinion. But this has to do with Disney parks, and they are looking it's not really about him, but he falls into this group, so I wanted to know how he felt about it. That Disney parks will be issuing lifetime bans for people who lie about their disabilities. Um, the Walt Disney Company is tightening its restrictions and heightening scrutiny of individuals claiming disabilities at their parks due to a surge of fraudulent claims seeking to exploit the service. They announced last week that guests found to have made false statements in order to obtain Disability Access Services, known as DAS, and they will be permanently banned from its parks. They said if it is determined that any of the statements a guest made in the process of obtaining DAS are not true, the guest will be permanently barred from entering the Walt Disney World Resort and Disneyland Resort. It adds that any previously purchased annual passes, Magic Key passes, tickets, and other park products and services belonging to customers found to have lied about disabilities will be forfeited and not refunded. Um, and this is most of the time what it is people who lie about a disability to get the wheelchair access, and then they use that to skip the lines because people that have wheelchairs go first. Now Disneyland and Walt Disney Resort states that DAS is intended to accommodate a small percentage of guests due to a developmental disability like autism or similar, are unable to wait in a conventional queue for an extended period of time. They say as of May 20th, all disability accessibility services registrations must occur via virtual video chat, and in person registration will no longer be available after June 18th. Guests applying for DAS can either use a virtual chat or a dedicated accessibility services window for same day requests. And now their services are limited to a guest's immediate family or a group of no more than 4 unrelated people, says their website, which I think is a little weird. I mean, if people were faking developmental disabilities to get that's like kind of messed up. Like I don't even know how you're doing that. But now to do a video chat, I don't know. I don't know if that'll help. I mean, if they were passing by it doing in-person registration, do you think video chat is going to be any better?
Uh, welcome to the show, guys. The only place on earth where you get your morning start, right? Sean Harvey Morning Show with the Wake Up Team with the Queen, SennyJ, and our family member. I don't want to even call her a guest at this point. The one and only. Good morning. Let's give a round of applause to our beloved Sharon Barnes. Come on, Cindy, clap.
Morning, Sharon.
Sharon, Sharon, good morning. It's good to see you and welcome to the show. Uh, and after we finish this, we're going to Sharon's segment, then we'll move on. Okay, Cindy.
Okay.
And Sharon, next time you're on the video feed, we need you a little closer, all right? I know we see you, we want you a little closer. Now,
How's
I'm
that?
going to this one. I'm gonna do, Cindy. Yeah, there you go, Sharon. Thank you.
Okay.
Uh, you know, there's a lot of uh, uh, back in the day we called it dope fiending. Uh,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
it sort of falls over in the realm of getting on the bus back in the day when you know your child was a certain age and they were too old to get on the bus free, but you lied and you got on the bus free. It's sort of the same thing. People have abused this privilege for the handicap. There are some legitimate strong kids out there that needs to get hit the skip the line to get on the rides, which I think is complimentary. I think it's something really, I think it's fair, and I think it's something that's appropriate to do for folks with disabilities, Sharon. But we don't use the N word too much on this show, Sharon. So what we do, we substitute it with neighbor. So there's a lot of neighbor-ish going on out here in these streets in the summertime, and now everybody got a disability because they want to get on Batman the Ride. And everybody faking and doing all this when there's nothing wrong with
Not that.
this. There's a lot of this, and there's nothing wrong with you. And that's terrible that you're doing it because it's not fair to the others.
Why are you
So,
getting me anyway? Disability you have that you need to get Batman and Rod, Sling and Go shop. I mean, and it's expensive. The tickets start at $154 to get in the park. That's your disability check.
yeah, but I'm saying if like I understand why folks that's disabled want to get on Batman the Ride. I think that's scary to me.
Disability do you have? You get on those rides if you want to. You'll have a disability when you get off.
They want to enjoy it too. They want to have fun.
Now, for all the family members who play yourself, Sharon, there's something wrong with your connection.
Is it breaking up?
Yeah, yes, break up. You're good now. Now we blame this on the parents and the cousins and everybody else because usually when you have wheelchair access, right, especially when you go to the airport, Cindy, right, if you're in a wheelchair, right, you get on the front of the line and the person that's with you, they get on the front of the line with you and you get on the plane. Which I was suggesting to my wife many times. I said we could get on the plane first if I get a wheelchair, but her ego won't allow her to have me in a wheelchair. She doesn't want all that. Which I'm thinking, all right, well, we're wasting our time. It's the same thing here. Parents, Sharon, and friends are abusing this because maybe there is one legitimate person that is handicapped, but all the rest of them want to get on the ride. And it's not fair. So, yes, now corporate America and Disney said, you know what? And Cindy Princess just walked into the room. Sharon and SennyJ, corporate America says, we want to see videotape. We need evidence now. And we're going to go through these whole different loopholes for your punk ass child to get on Batman the Ride. And if you come fugazi, we're going to suspend you indefinitely.
LaShawn said that. She said she did it at the airport a couple times with the wheelchair.
But
I didn't know that was a
oh
thing.
my God.
Next time I go to the airport, I'm gonna make sure to walk with a limp, get that wheelchair for myself. Is this
So,
a hard process?
so people are messing all this up with the disabilities. You got to get in your bracket. Like, you can't even get on the cruise ships anymore with the sneaking your little bougeries on. That's what I call them. You can't, because somebody got on and was like, oh, I sneak it in the bottle. You buy these bottles off of Amazon. So now they checking that. They automatically know where to look. People are going like, oh yeah, I'm gonna use the wheelchair to go through the airport. They're gonna bust that out. Because that's just for us, the neighbors. Because we don't know what we're doing. We just gotta, sometimes we over talk, we talk too much about the stuff that we doing because we fly, yo. I got on the ship and now my sister was like, I went on a cruise. They took all of my goods. So there were her 90 bottles of goods was gone. Now you got people sneaking on. Like, okay, you're at Disney and you're in a wheelchair. Wheelchair means your legs. There's something wrong with them. What ride are you getting on?
Yeah.
12
Yeah.
different ones. They can lift you and put you in the ride.
Videotape you coming off that ride, come up some, yeah, that was it. But it's
It's
HIPAA
the people
law,
that
so
yell
that
at
it's not going to work anyway. You can't talk about anybody's medical. So Disney is going to have to go into this whole thing because HIPAA law is going to stop all of that. You can't ask anybody what their problem are. You're not a doctor. You can't do
I
Cindy,
that.
want to know
Cindy,
what they're gonna ask them on
Cindy,
this video chat.
Cindy, slide over a little bit so we can see all your face if you don't mind. Uh,
Yeah.
you know what? Yeah, there you go. We want everybody to see those lovely cheekbones. That's
I have
highlighted.
my I have my thing right here, so I was putting it down. That's why.
Uh, you might need to turn down your cheekbones a little bit, young lady.
Get the high definition cheekbones. It's good, city.
Now, let me tell you. Now, Sharon, you're probably right about the HIPAA laws, but until that's enforced, until they have some kind of class action lawsuit or get a lawyer involved in this, they are going to set policy, and and neighbors come in all different races, my friend. And this is one of those situations where this is a collateral damage of neighbor behavior. And that's
Amen.
just what this is. And we can also justify and we can rationalize it by corporate America's making all this money and why it shouldn't cost them anything for us to behave like this, and it's wrong. And
We
now
learned it
look what
from
you've
the
done.
other. But we learned it. See, I call them the others. You call them the Babs. I call them the others. We learned it from the others. If you watch the others, that line used to be filled with the others in wheelchairs, sharpened cards, stretchers. They got the two canes. And so you look over like, wait a minute, I was just in the club with him last week. I don't know. And so you adapt and you start doing it. It's just that all of us, see, we don't know how to take things moderately. You tell one person, you got 20 people at the club with wheelchairs. I had somebody ask me to dance with them, and they were sitting in the wheelchair in the club. That's when I was like, it's over for me.
Yeah.
How?
That is over for you,
Yeah,
Sharon.
but you know what? I want to say this, and I'm gonna yield my time back to both of you. Shout out to Shelby Lawson. Shelby, it was great seeing you last night. You look absolutely beautiful, young ladies. I want to say this. Where it is legitimized for the handicapped folks, that I think that a lot of folks can't get over with it. With this behavior, Cindy and Sharon, is in the supermarkets. Now, in the supermarket, there's some big asses that are handicapped, that are running around in them scooters with their freaking nothing but cookies in your goddamn basket, and you got two big giant thighs overlapping your powered handicap little cart taking up all the space. They should ban you from the supermarket. I don't like you. It's horrible. Now this is legit. Because I never see a healthy person in them carts in the supermarket, in them carts, shopping. It's always the 700-pound guy.
But anybody can use those, right? I've never.
Anybody can. Anybody can use them. So you know how they can fix that? All you have to do is have a handicap only line. Like if you in the wheel, you can't get on the line that me and you on. We walking in. I bet you that'll curve that out a little bit, because you know how long that line is going to be.
What if people that only use that?
If you have the wheel, like if you have wheelchair access line only, you don't have to, like they have in the supermarket. It's like 10 items only. You only go into 10 item out. So like in my supermarket where I live at, you have more than 10 items. No, like they keep it.
Oh, okay.
You're in the supermarket, and they in those those chairs with the, like Shawn said it, not me. The legs hanging over on the side. I've seen it. You got to get on that line, and that's the only way you can check out. That'll curve a lot of that, because people are doing what they do.
Okay,
we learn from the others, Shawn. We learned from the others. And good morning to everybody in the chat. I see you guys in there. Good morning, family.
Okay, so then let me ask you this question before we move on. And we'll do one more story, and then we'll do Sharon's segment, and then we'll get back to a story, and then we'll get the hell out of here. Sharon, we always asked the question on this show. We like to check your moral compass, okay? Right, Cindy?
Yeah.
So Sharon, we'll ask you this, and then Cindy goes next turn. Uh, have you ever, like Cindy J and myself, have you ever went through self checkout and scanned your items, but maybe accidentally you didn't scan one or two, and you put them in the bag, like Cindy J has done plenty of times?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I really don't do self checkout. One, because I think it's a little fix and it just scan your prices. But no, I've never done it. I never did it. I don't have the. I don't know. I don't have the gumption on that. You get to a certain age, stealing just becomes out of your range. Because listen, I've been here this long. I can't go to jail for stealing no Oreo cookies. I can't.
Gotcha.
It's,
Uh,
I call my husband, honey, I'm in jail. Why? Because I stole Oreo cookies. You did what?
I'm weak.
okay. Well, forget about you, Sharon. All right.
Okay.
Welcome to the show, guys. Only place on earth where you get your morning start, right? Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Waco team with our beloved Cindy J and our guest, our family member, Sharon Barnes. Next segment, word is Barnes. Cindy, what's the next story you have, please, if you don't mind?
Yeah, a Georgia man is heading to jail. He admitted to poisoning his infant daughter to avoid paying child support. Um, this man, his name is Curtis Jack, has been sentenced after attempting to poison his infant child with antifreeze. He was found guilty of felony first degree cruelty to children, and in addition to a felony criminal attempt to commit murder. A Fulton County jury convicted Jack and sentenced him to 50 years in prison. 40 years must be served in
Mm,
custody. So I don't know if he can get 10 years of probation. I don't know what that's about. They arrested him on October 16th of 2020. He reportedly transported 2 baby bottles to his child's grandmother. Jack picked up the containers from the mother. She was still, I guess the mother of the baby was still recovering in the hospital. His 18-day-old daughter became critically ill, so she was taken to the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Hospital. There, the newborn tested positive for ethylene glycol, which is the chemical found in antifreeze. Poisoned the infant because in less than 24 hours, the baby became sick. He was immediately a suspect. He subsequently confessed to pouring antifreeze in the bottles of breast milk, although he did recant his statement later. He says he initially confessed to committing the crime to avoid paying child support. He
mm.
met the mother of the child at his work. They were co-workers. They began a physical relationship in January of 2020. She became pregnant, so he insisted that she had an abortion. She refused, and then the baby was born in September. And I guess he had access to the baby, or that was it. He was supposed to be bringing the baby, since the mother was still in the hospital. He was supposed to be bringing the breast milk to her mother's house for the baby, and put antifreeze in it on
Oh,
the way.
listen, if you don't want to pay child support anymore, my guy, if you don't want to pay child support anymore, you drink the antifreeze. Child support issue solved.
Or
Well,
we can
well,
just wear condoms. People can get vasectomies. Like
I yeah.
there's
Well,
other
see,
things where you can still keep your life and not have to worry about children.
yeah, here, see, the crime isn't. Welcome to the show, guys. Only place on earth where you get your morning started, right? That's not the crime of he didn't the crime wasn't him putting antifreeze in the bottle to try to kill the baby, whatever you want to try to do. The crime is how stupid he is. The stupidity is the crime. And that's why I would give him 100 years because he's just stupid. Like you are just like not intelligent enough to make a rational decision, my friend. It's all based on emotions. You know, half the time these women gonna keep the baby.
Homeboy needs an
And
antifreeze drip.
you probably had another family and you just tripping. No, bro, listen to your uncle. That's happened to me. I had the one night stand. I shared this story 1,000 times. The woman got pregnant and she said, I'm keeping the baby. I immediately went home and told my wife and my mother we're having another baby.
I'm weak.
And
Sean,
and
Sean,
and and,
Sean.
and had to start, and paid my child support and kept it pushing.
Well, it's a
And my whole
system.
thing is this: there's 17,000 ways to deal with it. But sir, antifreeze is not one of them. Are you out of your natural mind, sir? That's why you're in jail. It's because you're stupid. And God, this is a terrible situation to be in for you. Now look at you. You're in bed. First of all, guess what, sir? The baby's still alive. And sir, guess what? You're gonna still have to pay some type of child support while you're in jail. I guess, or they'll just keep the meter running. You see what I'm saying? So where was this mission accomplished, sir? You
You
could have
said he would
just
keep the
went out
meter
there
running.
and you could have went out there. You could have flipped this several different ways. You could have made a TikTok page about the baby, how you living through child support. You would have
He
got
did.
sympathy from all these women out here. You could have went a whole another way with this, but no, you went to AutoZone.
Sean,
You went to
Sean,
AutoZone and got $2.99.
Sean said, "Keep the meter running." Sean, I'm out. You are.
I know, and then you couldn't even use enough to kill the
You're
baby.
right. You didn't even complete the sir. You didn't even complete the job, sir.
I mean, how much did you really put in there? Were you trying? It's
You,
a baby.
Yeah,
you know babies, right? They'll taste something if they don't like it, they spit it out. Baby probably's like, "What's this?" Like,
No, the
mom,
baby
check
drank
it.
it all. That's the thing. You didn't even like how much did you were you
right.
scared while you were
How did
doing
they know?
it?
How did they know antifreeze was in the bottle? Let's go there. How did they know? Somebody told on him, but how did they know?
Well,
Like
They did blood work probably
right.
when the
Probably
baby
did
went into hospital.
the blood work came
the
back
baby.
antifreeze positive.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
the baby was urinating and pooping out green fruit. And your dumbass in the car before you do it. You're sitting in front of the AutoZone like I'm gonna get this baby. No, I ain't paying no child support.
Oh,
You doing all this and but now look how you, sir, have embarrassed your whole family. A lot of times the people commit these crimes and they don't realize the residual effects of the crime. Now your moms can't come outside. Everybody like, yo, you know what Kevin did? Oh, he tried to put Annie, Mrs. Johnson. What happened? Now, you the whole family dealing with that.
hey Sean, somebody said the baby told on him.
And all this. Now let's go with the financial part of this, SennyJ.
Oh,
How much really was your child support, bro? I'm gonna just guess. Maybe let's maximize it all the way to $100 a week. 400. Let's say the $400 a month. And we just talking about this child. I don't know about any other child. Let's say it's $100 a week, sir. You couldn't pay $100 a week for child support. That you had to get a $10 bottle of antifreeze. And what kind of antifreeze did you get, sir? There's
he got
different
that
levels
knockoff.
to it. You should have got some transmission fluid and did the job right.
Sean, he got the the antifreeze. It wasn't antifreeze. It said, "Ain't I gonna freeze?"
Right.
This is it. Like just your mindset to kill a baby, kill a child. Let's go like right there. Like he needs to be on an IV slow drip of antifreeze, just like a slow drip.
These men will do anything to not pay child support except do the
That's not
most.
true. That's
It
not
is.
true.
They'd rather kill the mother, kill the mom's mom, kill the
But
babies,
well, that listen.
shoot somebody in the head. They want to do everything but pay 50 cents for a little rubber thing on their thing. It amazes me every
Yeah.
time. They'd
Well,
rather
listen.
strangle the baby when it come out. They want to do everything else but go to CVS for 15 minutes of fun. It amazes me. It amazes
And
me.
then,
And these are the men we're supposed to submit to. It just I don't.
but Cindy, how about when they found out they not the father? You
How many times does that actually even happen?
Yo, hey, whoa. There's a lot of times when they are not the father. I've seen it plenty of
Lots.
times on
I think
paternity.
it don't matter whether they are there. They ain't there anyway. So what it matter?
Oh, what
You ain't
happened?
gonna be there anyway. So what it matter?
Sir, you are disappointing to the neighbor race. You well, you lucky I'm not the judge in this case. I'm giving how much time they gave him 50 years of what probation? What did they give him?
No, they gave him 50 years and 10 and but 40 of them have to be served in custody. So he gets some magic 10 years that he can get out whenever, I guess. I don't know what that means.
I will give him 60 years in jail, never to see the light of day. And you lucky. I'm for the death penalty. I would give you the death penalty, even though you didn't kill anybody. But yeah, 60
Attempted.
years, 60 years in jail,
Oh yeah.
never to be seen again.
Look, he got
And
attempted
if you want to
murder.
know if the baby is yours too, use protection. Then you'll know
Look,
whose baby
he
it
got
Right.
is.
he
And
he got he got attempted murder, so you don't have to worry. When he gets out, that baby's gonna kill him.
right. And sir, what if it was yours? You did all this. Let's say the baby wasn't yours. Let's say they had blood tests. The baby didn't come out to be yours anyway. Look at you. You're still spending time in jail. Cindy, thank you for the story. Only place on earth where you get your morning star, right? Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team with the Queen, SennyJ. We appreciate you with our guests this morning and each and every Monday morning on Wake the F Up Monday. We have our one and
What's
only
going
Sharon Barnes
on?
with the segment coming up right now, guys. Word is bond. Let's clap for Sharon. Come on, Sharon.
Sharon.
Sharon, what you got for us?
What is
Sharon.
going on? Okay,
Sharon.
I don't know.
Oh,
It
you're back.
froze
Oh,
up.
it glitched.
Thank you,
Okay.
guys. It was a little glitchy. But hey, good morning, everybody. And I appreciate you both so much. I really do, because you guys definitely get my morning started. So I'm listening before hopping on, but and to see all the people in the chat room, and just good morning to everyone. Especially shout out to my family. I see my sister Sharice is on, Shanez, my brother. It's eight of us. So, but they're
Oh
like
wow.
they're in there, and I appreciate that. And I have friends that I work with, and I see that they're on. And Sean, one of my friends, Millie, she said she's never listened to you before, but when she logged in, she said you are hilarious. She is with you every. She said you are hilarious. So it's
Thank
good to
you.
just kind of like hear the feedback. But you know what, I love this, and my face hurts, Sydney. I see why your cheekbones is shining, because the smiling. It's like this. Don't yours is stuck. That's what it is. It's
No,
not.
no,
No, mine. I hate
no,
them, and I hate that
no,
Sean brings attention to them. It's
Sydney,
so
they,
no, no.
annoying.
they are beautiful. Your bone structure is crazy.
Yo,
I hate it. I hate it.
yo, yeah, you're sitting. You got again. Please turn those cheekbones down a little bit if you don't mind. Go ahead, Sharon.
So your bone structure is crazy.
For real.
So this,
You
so
got
this
that. You got that. You got that Neanderthal thing popping real good, Cindy J. Go
I
ahead.
got it. It's beautiful. So this morning, I want to ask this question because this came to me, and now some of us are a little bit familiar with it, but I was invited to a wedding. I said yes, and then me and my husband were invited to the dinner party. We said yes.
Like the rehearsal dinner.
No, they just had a dinner party for
Oh,
friends.
okay. Okay. Okay.
So,
Okay.
okay, and then I was told that we're going to have to pay to come to the dinner party. I mean,
Okay.
you're getting married, you invited me, and I have to pay to eat at your dinner party? Why? So my thing was, okay, I gotta I'm going to the bridal shower because I'm invited to everything. Going to the bridal shower, gotta bring a gift for that. Going to the wedding, gotta bring a gift for that. You invited me to the dinner party at the restaurant of your choice, 5 star. I've got to pay to go there and eat for your dinner party that you want your guests to come to say thank you. What are you thanking me for? For paying for my own food? That was what my mind was thinking. And I said, so now I'm at a quandary as to whether I want to go or not, because I think I may have to pay for the food at the reception, the plate. So my question I wanted to know to the family and friends and you guys, am I wrong to not want to go because they want me to pay for everything? Because I'm married already. You're getting married. What am I spending over $5,000 for your wedding? And that's
Uh,
where I'm complex that I'm paying.
uh, uh,
I'm
uh,
confused at the dinner party.
well,
Huh?
hold on for a second. Shout out to the Godfather, Soul, and Tracy Ray. We truly appreciate you. And D-Lo Mathis and all the others in the chat room. And thank you so much for tuning in. God bless you all. And for Sharon's family, thank you so much for tuning in. Cindy, I'm going to yield my time back to you if you don't mind. God bless.
I'm confused at the dinner party because I don't know. I've never heard of a dinner party being part of the wedding. I thought it was like the rehearsal dinner
Same
that
difference, I think.
usually the bride and groom are hosting, so they're usually paying for that. Um, but I mean, no. I mean, I think a lot of the wedding things, I mean, unless I'm part of the bridal party, I think it's like optional. If it becomes too much, I would not have no problem declining certain activities, or even, I mean, the bridal shower is probably a big one, but the dinner party, if depending on how it's going to be, I'd be like, no, that's okay. Did they give you is it like a prefix menu type of thing?
It's
Or
at a
you just have
five.
to pay
Look,
per plate?
it's at a 5 star. When you go, no, it's not prefix. When you go there, you order, you eat, you pay. That is, see, for me, that's crazy. You
Is this
invited
a
me to
family
your
member?
event.
Is this a family
It,
member or is it just a friend?
a person. We're not
Oh,
gonna.
well,
So what I want to do, right? We want to put it whether it's a family member or it's just a friend. It's somebody invited you. You said yes. Okay, sure. I'm down. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna come. But your wedding is costing me $5,000 that I could use and go on vacation. And I'm saying in total that this is your wedding is becoming expensive to me, and I want to gracefully decline all of it. I don't want to go to any of it. I'm like, good, no, I'm cool, I can't come. I mean, I don't do I have a cold on that day? Do I call out sick? I don't like I just need help from
Uh,
the
well,
folks.
well, uh, well, God bless you and thank you. And Cindy would be safe to say that Sharon Barnes hit another home run again with her topics each and every Monday. Word is bond with Sharon Barnes on the Wake the F Up Monday on the Shawn Harvey Morning Show. Featuring Wake Up Team. The first thing that comes to mind, Cindy J, when she shared, this topic is, you know, uh, people are still getting married. I mean, the internet and social media has destroyed and belittled marriage. Where I think when people propose and get married, that I think is frowned upon in the times that we live in today. And when I got married a few years back, I thought it was weird because nobody around me was getting married anymore. It's like a lost art because the millennials and others have belittled it so much. And of course, the stats come out and it says that's not going to last. It's a 57% chance that Harvey, your marriage is going to fail. That's the
word.
first thing I want to say. Shout out to these folks that are still getting married, and shout out to folks that are still believe in marriage. Put a number one in the chat room if you still even believe in marriage. That's the first thing I want to say. Secondly, a lot of folks get invited to weddings and they come with neighbor behavior. They pockets are light. And half the country is suffering from light pockets anyway. I do agree with Sharon. Why am I paying so much money for your wedding? It doesn't make any sense. You send out an invitation, you attend the wedding, and you gift the person whatever gift you want, monetary gift or whatever. Cindy gave me for my wedding a Monopoly game.
It wasn't a game. And if you would use
It's
it,
right here. Is it right here?
then you guys would see how fun it is. It's to keep the romance alive in your relationship. Okay? It's
Then he
fun
could
for
buy
So
us to be
boardwalk and he
together.
could buy boardwalk and Park Place.
right, and I
It's not a game.
appreciated her for that because she
Whatever.
came.
No, you don't.
And,
And it came with a camera to take a picture of when you do it. Like, it comes with the
yeah,
whole thing. It's a whole
Cindy,
thing.
Oh,
I got it
he didn't
right
talk
here,
about the
Cindy.
extras. You got a
Cindy,
camera too, Sean?
Yeah, it's a camera and
it's
it comes
right
with a
here.
book.
Cindy, you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right
It's a
here.
book of adventures.
Look,
And
Sharon, it's right here. We have it right here.
Yeah, break it out. It's fun. Listen, they open
Listen,
the book, right?
Sharon,
Everything is covered, and you
now,
have to reveal it. And when
now,
you reveal what it is, you as a couple have to complete the task, and then you take a picture of it, and then you put it in the
now,
book. So
But
it's really
but
now,
did you pay? But at his wedding, did you pay for the reception? Like you and your friend went, and then you brought somebody else. Did you have to pay for the third person's plate? Because these weddings and these receptions,
no,
these baby showers. I mean, this stuff has turned
no,
into a complete nightmare. I'm just
right,
like, I don't want to go to nothing. And you know
yeah,
what? Somebody put in the chat room about people staying married. We should bill them if you don't stay married. Like dial it back, bring it back, give me back stuff back.
all right.
What?
Now, D-Lo's funny. She said Sean's scared to use it. I'm not scared to use it. My
he
whole
is
thing is this.
scared.
No, I'm not. It's
He's
here.
always so
We,
busy, and we're
yeah,
too busy, Cindy. We don't have
it's
time for
here.
Mm.
that.
We
Yeah,
discussed. We discussed it. We're
listen.
gonna use it.
Yeah,
But my
you
whole
guys
thing
use
is this.
that. That'll keep you out of the 57%. I'm just trying to drop a little knowledge.
Exactly, exactly. But and Sharon, by the way, just fun fact: we got married right here in the backyard of the crib, and our wedding cost literally $600.
It was very
Now,
nice.
now, now, folks, be proactive and be grown, and make adult decisions. If someone invites you to a wedding and your papers like declined, you can't go. Now, for the person to sit there and say, "Hey, listen, for our dinner party after the wedding, you have to pay such and such amount for that." To me, SennyJ and Sharon and all the others that are listening, I think you're totally out of order. That's just my opinion. But a lot of folks spend a lot of money on weddings, and uh, and folks don't attend the wedding. They say they will, then they don't. They RSP, they don't. They don't show up. People come to support the wedding. They don't put nothing in the cookie jar, and the couple is left paying the bill. Because usually, what's the goal, Sharon? You want to break even with the wedding, with gifting. I mean, let's be
That's
realistic
that.
about it.
No, hold on. That can't be the goal. I decided to get married. We're paying for our wedding and we're inviting people to it. And that's it. But if you have expectations of people giving you back the money, so oh, we got our money back. So that means that we all got invested in your marriage. We pay for your marriage, and then 3 months, 90 days on Facebook status, separated, status,
Not in
divorce.
3 months,
What?
Sharon.
3 months,
Yes,
Sharon?
3 months.
Not in
Yes.
3 months.
3 months
But
status,
that is
divorced,
supposed to
status
be.
separated, status. He got a baby mama and a wife on
No,
the side.
Sharon.
Okay,
Sharon.
listen, listen. I'm gonna come back with some stats. I'm telling you,
But
status
that
is
is
broken
supposed
up.
to
Look,
be.
status broken up.
I hear that. Uh,
What?
Sydney, do you think that it's out of order for that 90 days? Damn, Sharon. You think, Sydney, you
90
think that it's
days.
out of order for to pay for the dinner after the wedding as the guest? What do you think?
What, like the reception dinner? My thing
Yeah.
is, I don't know what this dinner is about. You have the reception or you have the rehearsal dinner. They're just
She said
having
the
a
recep-
dinner to just, huh?
She didn't say. She said it wasn't no reception. I mean, no
I
bridal
thought, yeah,
dinner or practice.
not a rehearsal dinner. It was like
Yeah, you
we're
said this
having a
is
dinner
just a
party.
regular dinner.
Right, we're
Yeah,
having
I
a
didn't
dinner
know that
party,
was.
and yeah, and I'm inviting. Okay, City, I'm invite you, invite Sean, because maybe you guys can't come to the wedding. So I didn't invite you to the wedding, one or the other. But you either can't come or I didn't invite you. So I want you guys to come out to dinner with us and celebrate with us. If I want you to come out and celebrate with us. Why am I telling you to pay for it? I can
Yeah, I
celebrate you over
mean,
here with confetti. You know the congratulations when you type in your text and the confetti fall out. I'm good, and I'm not
yeah,
cheap.
I
I'm
mean,
good.
I don't think there's anything wrong with, um, I don't think there's anything wrong with declining that. I mean,
Yeah.
especially if I'm going to the wedding, I
But
don't
would
need
you
to do
pay?
anything.
Are you
No,
okay
that's
with
probably
paying?
that. No, that's why I wouldn't go because I don't want to pay for that.
Well, I mean,
if I'm gonna go, if I'm part of the bridal party though, and I'm like, people don't understand when you get signed up for weddings or you agree to go, and also depending on where it is, like you're about to spend some money, and that is like the protocol. Like when you're going to a wedding, you're supposed to pay for your gift is supposed to equal whatever the plate would cost at that place,
exactly. Yes.
which I don't know how people are supposed to know that depending on where the place is, but I'm assuming you're starting off at least with 250 and up, with what your gift is supposed to be. So getting involved with a wedding is going to be expensive
Expensive.
anyway. But
Right.
wherever you can cut your costs, I would definitely do that, especially if this ain't somebody that I rock with. Like if this is just an acquaintance or a friend of a spouse, like I'm gonna try and get out of doing the least. Like, I don't know you like that.
I think, and you're right. I think that like the average is, I look at it like as equivalent of a night out for dinner. So if the night out is $100 per person, that's my minimum. So if you invited me to a wedding and I'm sitting there eating and I'm eating your food and with it, I look at my wife and go, all right, let's okay, let's give him $200 because we ate and here go your gift. And maybe that evens out, whatever course it is, because that's why a lot of times people, and then we're gonna move on. And Sharon, thank you. Say one more story, don't get out of here. That's why most folks, when they have a wedding, they only invite a certain amount of people. Why? It has nothing to really do with how many people. You have to invite the right people who have a few of the coins to help you with your wedding. I mean, Sharon, you're absolutely right. I do agree. You plan a wedding, you pay for it. Anything else you get in return is definitely a blessing. Definitely a blessing. But yeah, you should pay for your wedding and then invite folks. That's the correct way to do it. But I just want to say, that God bless this couple, regardless of which way they're going with this, because I don't see people getting married anymore. I don't see it on social media like we used to. Is it a dying tradition? I don't know.
You ever seen somebody's status, Sean, say divorced, separated, and you're like, I didn't even know they were married. Like that's how quick it's happening. That's how quick it's happening. And people are, first of all, to go to anything is expensive. I went to a baby shower yesterday. The baby was having a baby, and I went to the baby shower yesterday, and I was trying to figure out, first of all, let me get something to eat. How did you run out of food? So I'm giving you a cash app for the baby shower. So the less I get, the less you get. That's terrible, but that's what happened. No food, no drink. Like, oh, we ran out. You can't have 5 chicken wings and 75 people. Yeah, you're gonna run out.
Yeah,
We talking about chicken wing, crack it in half, with the tip and you know what I mean? The flat.
yeah. Well, some people have these. Right, right. I get you. And some people have these events, and they shouldn't even have the event because they can't even afford to have the event in the first place. And you know damn well you don't have enough money for this event. Don't have it. Save up your money. When you have all the money, then have the event. You can't just put $20 down on the place and then you got all your bills to pay and you got a deadline of 3 months and you coming up short. So that's another issue. All right, Cindy, one more and then we get out of here.
I'm sorry. Cherie said boo, and she's getting married. She said boo.
Oh no,
Hold on, there's someone in the
she's
chat
gonna
room
be
that's
like,
getting.
take Sharon off the list.
Hold on, there's someone
Yes.
in the chat room that's getting married.
Yes, Sharice is getting married.
God bless her.
Yes, she is. And she's having a dinner party. Said that her guests, the guests that aren't able to come, and something I can't see it.
Well, first of all, congratulations, young lady. On getting married. Like I said, I don't know. It's almost a dying tradition. Almost, it ranks almost up there. Sharon, we talk about a lot on this show of women proposing to men, which I think is, we'll talk about that another time. But I think that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Yes.
Yeah, I'm not breaking. Listen. Don't break that rule because listen, my thing, and that's listen for women. Sit down, cross your legs, be pretty. Let the man do what the man needs to do. Because when you start stripping them of their manhood, what happens is they strip away from you. Sit down, cross your legs, and be pretty. And I'm not saying that in a derogatory way. I'm saying that allow it to get done. If the man wants to marry you, trust me, he'll ask you. If he doesn't want to marry you, trust me, he won't ask you. Get that.
Word.
Go ahead, Cindy.
Here's what we know.
Trust me, Cindy's been there a few times. Trust me, guys.
What are you talking about? I have not been there, nowhere close to there, none of that. Here's what
You still got beautiful cheekbones, young lady. Yeah, continue.
Um, Uber and Lyft are planning to exit from Minneapolis in May. Um, Uber and I'm sorry. The city council voted last month to require that ride sharing companies pay drivers a higher rate while they are within city limits. Uber and Lyft responded by saying they would stop serving the Minneapolis area when the ordinance takes effect on May 1st, causing the city to weigh the ordinance it passed. The state could also take action while riders and drivers are left wondering what could come next. The city council last month overrode a mayoral veto and passed an ordinance that requires ride sharing companies to pay drivers a minimum rate of $1.40 per mile and 51 cents per minute or $5 per ride, whichever is greater, excluding tips for the time spent transporting passengers in Minneapolis. Supporters of the ordinance said the rate would ensure that companies pay drivers the equivalent of the city's minimum wage, which is 15.57 per hour. Council member Jamal Osman, who co-authored the ordinance, said drivers are human beings with families and they deserve dignified minimum wages like all other workers. The Minneapolis City Council will not allow the East African community or any community to be exploited for cheap labor. Are there a lot of East Africans doing Uber in Minneapolis for him to say that? Uber and Lyft said they can support the rate from the state study, but if the higher rate from the Minneapolis ordinance goes into effect, the company said they will leave by May 1st. The metro area includes more than 3 million people, which is more than half the state's population. Yeah. So both companies actually previously pulled out of Austin, Texas in 2016 after the city pushed for fingerprint-based background checks of drivers as a rider safety measure. The companies returned after the Texas legislature overrode the local measure and passed a law implementing different rules statewide. So there you go. And I see this happening a lot with different like these tech service providers. Um, a lot of corporate or the government tries to get involved with how they have their rates set up or how they do business. And so there seems to be a lot of pushback from these different tech companies. So it's interesting to see what they will do because it seems like they're going to lose a large base if they leave by May 1st. But I think Uber and Lyft are just trying to bluff to just see what they're going to do because they don't want to be regulated.
Welcome to the show, guys. Only place on earth where you get your morning start, right? Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team with the Queen, SennyJ, the Queen, Miss Miko, and also our beloved Sharon Barnes with her segments each and every morning. And we appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm gonna say this, then Senny, I'll yield my time to Sharon, then we'll yield back to you, and then get out of here. Uh, who's this? Who's this local uh, politician that's fighting for uh, minimum wage for Uber drivers in Minneapolis, Minnesota? What's this? Who's this guy?
I don't know.
Okay,
It's
wait a minute. Well, sir,
it just said
sir,
the council. It didn't give a specific
council.
person.
Okay, first of all, the council of this city of Minneapolis, Minnesota, and all the St. Paul region. I've been to Minneapolis. I've been out there doing comedy shows. You're a complete idiot, sir.
Mhm.
Um, you you don't have a grasp of reality. You are poking the bear of the tech giant who don't need you, period, at all. They can out of 3 million. The city said 3 million folks, which is half the population of the state. So basically, everybody that lives in the state lives in this area. And then outside of the Minneapolis area is nothing but Vikings and Norwegians and Finlandics people. The Haagen-Dazs, all those guys, they live out there with the Bears and the Seals. Why do you think they call the football team the Minnesota Vikings? They took big giant sailboats from the 1600s to get out here. This is the land of the living.
Mhm.
Natural resources, nothing but trees out there. So don't get it twisted, Minneapolis, Minnesota. This is one of the driving economic force of your community, which is Uber and Lyft. Now, what's the business model? The business model is it's an independent contractor W-9 model. You go out there and you hustle your money. You make as much money as you can by as much fares you take. It's a hustle game. But people think that this is a 9 to 5 W-2 situation. You can't have it both, sir.
Mhm.
If you're out there Uber and Lyft and you're not making enough money, maybe you just not putting in enough effort. Because there's probably Uber and Lyft drivers out there that's making $200, $300, $400 a day, busting their asses. But you want to take that money away from them because you want the minimum wage. Are you stupid? If you think that this tech giant is going to yield back and go, all right, Minneapolis, we'll do what they tell, with whatever y'all want to do, they're going to pull the plug. And then guess what's going to happen? 1,000 drivers are going to be instantly out of work. And these are the folks that do it full time. The people that are bitching the most are the people that already got jobs and come out on the weekend and try to make $1,000 a week on the weekend. You're not going to make that type of money. Let the people who are legitimately hustling Uber and Lyft and making money, let them make their money. You do these legislative changes and it screws everybody. Because you want to have lunch at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, keep your finger on that app, sir, and go to the airport and make your money. You got Uber and Lyft drivers looking stupid at the airport. We ain't making enough money. Get out there and pick up fares.
Mhm.
You're working with your phone, sir. Y'all gonna screw it for all the Uber and Lyft drivers. There are people that are legitimately making money. And then you got the Uber and Lyft drivers that complain. Oh God, this call is only $10 and it's gonna. Where's my $200 run? Shut up. Get your ass out there and work. I yield my time.
Listen, Shawn hit on something really like facts. That person that wants to put that out there, I guarantee you, Uber, Lyft, both of them got somebody out doing some digging, some scandal work on him. They're going to post it, and everybody's going to look at that. That's going to wash him away and get rid of that little bill you're trying to push through. Because now you're messing with people's money. Because if that's the fact, then they're not. Well, they probably only have maybe 5, 10 Uber cars there anyway. It's not really that big, so that these people out here working and busting their butts, you know what I mean? Like, hey, Uber's here. Look, we're in New York, and people, I know people for a fact that's like, yo, I need some money this week, and I'm gonna ride Uber. I'm gonna do Uber. I'm gonna do Lyft just for the day, and they make that money, pay that bill, and then they're good, and then just cut the phone off. This guy here, he trying to put the bill at minimum wage. What is minimum wage there?
15.57.
Okay, that's below. That is
Mhm.
below. That's below the cost of living. We're at like $20 right now. What is he trying to do? Let's get his Let's get his name and start a petition called "Get Rid of You." Get rid of you petition.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go back to the story and see. It's just saying their city council, but my whole thing is with these is, and even with I mean, they're trying to say that these people are oppressed, they're working for slave wages, but it's literally something they sign up to do. So if people are not happy with it, they can just get off the app. They're not being forced. And that's what is so funny. The government, you're trying to talk about people that need to make a certain amount, and you guys are over here with the minimum wages that nobody can even live off of anymore. So it's kind of ironic that this is happening. How you telling a company what they charge people and you guys don't even, care about the average person working what they're making. So I think that's kind of odd, but people sign up for it. So I don't even know why the government is getting involved. It's a private company. They want to do whatever. The people want to sign up for it. If they're not making enough money, they can quit. I don't
Right.
understand.
And you know what? And you know what? Uber Lyft, pull a plug in that Minneapolis area. Then we go back to uh A taxi drive confessions. Then you're gonna get the weird looking white guy with the big stomach, with the greasy hair again, with the dirty calves. That's probably have molestation issues in his lifetime. You're gonna get that guy back.
Mhm.
It's gonna be crazy out there. So yes, I say this: Uber, Lyft, flex your muscle, shut it down. May the 4th or May the 1st, whatever it is. Shut it down. Cut the app off. All
Yeah,
right,
and see how
Cindy.
see how that affects them.
That's right. You have people jumping off a cruise ship.
Ooh, I heard that this
Horrible.
morning. Oh,
Cindy,
Yeah,
you
that's
got
really
the
good.
Cindy, you got the last. Put a number one chat room if you enjoyed the show today. Put a number two if you didn't. Put a number one in chat room if you enjoyed the show. Sharon, last word, and then Cindy, last word. Go ahead. I'm done.
okay. So this morning show was really great, and at the end, I always try to like give something that we should do, and I think that this week right here, and I don't know, guys, just like try it. Try to just have this portion of your life where no matter what happens, you're just going to be happy today. No matter what happened, you're going to belly laugh and you're just going to be happy. No matter what somebody calls you and tell you, just laugh. Now, it's like just laugh and keep yourself in a great mood. Just be happy this whole week, no matter what. Sydney, don't let nothing get to you. Just in your mind, say, listen here, Sharon Bond said, be happy. Hey, Cindy, such something like, wow, wow. Like the wow was like that. Wow, real wow. That's your answer. What? Hey, yo, I'm not coming to your joint. Wow. Okay. That's
That's
it. And just be happy. Don't let anybody, don't listen, nobody's renting room in my head for free. Nobody. So happiness stays on top. So just be happy this whole week. Try it. Everybody in the chat box puts a number one in there, like Shawn say, just that you're going to try that and just be happy this week, no matter what. So I'm happy already. So I'm starting out on happy, and no matter what, all week long, I'm happy. Shawn, if you call me with something, trust me, I'm happy about it. I'm happy about it. Now, don't get like, oh, my dog died. Wow.
no, wow.
I'm not happy about that. I'm just using that now. You're not going to say that. Be like, oh, that's really bad. Hey, Shawn, let me take you out to dinner, whatever, to make him happy. So that this is the transport. So that's why I said, don't somebody call you and say the dog died. You'd be like, what? No, not like that. But just try to stay happy in that space, because there are going to be people out here that they're set to upset your week. You better believe that. They're set. So that's my
Well,
word for today. Happiness. Try it.
Cindy, I thought her word for the day was wow. Anyway, go ahead. Go ahead, Cindy. What you got? Last word. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. We definitely appreciate you. Go ahead, Cindy. Close out the show and God bless.
um, if you don't like the road you're walking on, pave another one.
Nice.
Sydney, wow.
Take that with you through your week.
All right, come on, guys. Let's clap. Guys, see you guys on Wednesday. God bless. We are out of here. Let's go.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.